leave you out. I won't be ungrateful to you, my Lord. I know that this world is all in your hands. We are your children, and so we give you praise. Oh, Father, you know I love you. You touch my heart, my soul, with your mercy. I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. You bless my life in so many. He's always there for me. So no matter what the circumstances may be, no, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the sunshine or through the rain, through the pleasure or through the pain, God is always there for me. So I met this old man. He was so poor, didn't hold no bed, so we slept on the floor. He's always smiling, never heard him complain. He said I've proven God again and again. So no matter what the circumstances may be, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the sunshine or through the rain, through the pleasure or through the pain, God is always there for me. No matter what the circumstances may be, yeah, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the good times or through the bad, through the happy times or through the sad, God is always there for me. The landlord wears the rent, school fee too, partner drop bombs, and the youth them need you. Friends all ask me what I'm gonna do. I smile and tell them that God will see me through. So no matter what the circumstances may be, yeah, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the sunshine or through the rain, through the pleasure or through the pain, God is always there for me. So no matter what the circumstances may be, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the good times or through the bad, through the happy times or through the sad, God is always there for me. I met this old man. He was so poor, he didn't hold no bed.
Good afternoon to all my listeners and viewers. Welcome to Rebel Radio. Today is Friday. Yes, and we are going to start today's program with Portmore. You know, the government has indicated its intention to convert Portmore into a parish, and the opposition is opposed to that. And the people of Portmore, well, I don't think all the people in Portmore, but there are people in Portmore who are opposed to it. And we are going to start today's discussion with representatives from Portmore. Yes. We have Mr. Benjamin, and we have Councillor, I just forget the councillor's name. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Just remind me of your names again, please. Mr. Benjamin. Yes.
My name is Renier Benjamin. I'm councillor for the Westchester Division in the Portmore City Municipality.
Yes.
And good afternoon to your listeners as well.
Okay. And Councillor Kennard.
Yes, good afternoon to you, listeners and colleague Benjamin. My name is Kennard Grant, councillor for the Bridgeport Division in the Portmore City Municipality. Yes. And we are both representatives of the People's National Party.
Yes. So, gentlemen, tell us, let me ask you, fundamentally, are you opposed to Portmore becoming a parish?
Well, fundamentally, I am opposing the process as to how the government is trying to achieve their own political agenda. Now, Portmore is accustomed to rigorous consultation, active citizen participation, and certainly we would have really liked if the residents would have given an opportunity as to how they feel about it and to actually explain to the government what they want. And there is also another thing. Portmore is accustomed to having the technocrats, having the academics participating in all their activities, because what we want to do is to get it right the first time, or as close to perfect as possible. And by doing so, we will really need to consider all the moving parts. And right now, the only moving part that is being considered is the government political agenda.
Okay. Mr. Benjamin?
Yes, I am fundamentally opposed to Portmore being given parish status. No, for many reasons. Portmore doesn't have the infrastructure that I believe is necessary for a parish to function.
Yes.
And this is a feedback that I've been getting from most of the residents in my council division. Mm-hmm. They are saying it's a case of putting the cart before the horse, because the government is telling us that when it becomes a parish, we will get cemeteries, we will get hospital, we will get this, we will get that. And there is no discernible benefit or tangible that the people of Portmore will realize once this legislation is passed.
Yes.
And not only because of those factors in regards to a parish, also because of the huge the glaring constitutional breach that this new act to establish a parish of Portmore, and also the gerrymandering effect that is going to be carried out once it is passed. So fundamentally at this time I'm opposed to it. I believe it is pure political. The residents of Portmore have not been consulted. Not enough discussion has gone into it or in its thought process. Most of the land that we would need going to the north is being cut off a political process. So there is not much land left for further development of Portmore as a parish. So I am fundamentally opposed at this time.
Yes, yes. Now, when you say gerrymandering, I understand the meaning of the word, but does it, well, one of the things I understand that will happen is that the election, the people of Portmore went through a process, a very deep and in-depth process to elect their own mayor.
Yes.
That is something that is done only in Portmore at the moment. And we understand that what the government is attempting to do is to nullify that position. So the post of mayor will be taken away, and that is, as I understand, something that the people of Portmore have consulted. They have put in effort in it, and it's something that they want. All right. Now, tell me something about the boundaries now, electoral boundaries. If the government is allowed to carry on with what it has put forward, what just tell my listeners and viewers how the existing boundaries will be affected.
All right. So, in one fell swoop, the government is trying to use this legislation to remove the directly elected mayor of Portmore. And that is done in the new act they have introduced. It repeals the Portmore Charter, which established the direct election of the mayor of Port and the boundaries of Portmore. And what it also does, it cuts off a significant section of the East Central St. Catherine, where you have Terrelong as MP, and South St. Catherine, where Fitzjack is MP. So that is where the gerrymandering effect comes in, where they are changing constituency boundaries using this new law for the parish of Portmore. And also what it will do, it will also give them the advantage in the parish of St. Catherine, in that the 12 councillors from Portmore will no longer be part of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. So it will give them the opportunity to select a new mayor in the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, where they will have the majority when you take away the 9 PNP councillors who are in Portmore. So this act is not simply just about Portmore becoming a parish. So the changing of the constituency boundary, which by our interpretation, as we have been advised, is unconstitutional, because the Constitution states that no constituency should span 2 parish boundaries.
Yes.
And when you create the parish boundary that they are looking at now, parts of East Central St. Catherine, namely the communities of Lakespen, Lime Tree Grove, and Lilliput, Quarry Hill, and those, will be cut off from East Central St. Catherine and South St. Catherine. And what you will have in effect here now, once the law goes through, is that a constituency spanning 2 parish boundaries, Portmore and St. Catherine, which is unconstitutional. So that's the gerrymandering effect. And this is being done because those communities that I mentioned, they are strong PNP leaning communities that normally vote in majority for the PNP. And once you cut them off, it will give us a great challenge, especially in East Central St. Catherine, in the PNP trying to get back that seat from the JLP.
Yes.
So that's where the gerrymandering effect comes in. The removal of the directly elected mayor for Portmore, which the people have voted for just last year, their constitutional right guaranteed by the Charter of Rights for their democratic freedom to elect a representative, will be breached. And also the fact that the people of St. Catherine, who have elected majority PNP councillors and have given us the opportunity to have a PNP mayor, Spanish Town, will also lose that benefit. Mm-hmm. So this is why we are up in arms against this legislation that the government is trying to rush through the parliament without even consulting the people of Portmore properly.
Yes.
Yeah, I just like to support my colleague, but to also say that he is very cautious in how he's choosing his words. I'll be a little bit bold and tell you that it is really an attempt to create a political garrison in the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation for the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah. By excluding the People's National Party dominance in Portmore, the councillors there, they are now creating, as I said before, a political garrison at the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, where they will forever, as long as they have those strong constituencies there, namely St. Catherine Central, among others. Once they have that dominance, they are looking to set themselves up for continuous rule in St. Catherine municipality by having a JLP chairman. Mm-hmm. Additionally, by cutting off these communities that predominantly support the People's National Party from the East Central St. Catherine constituency, what they are trying to do is to create a safe seat and always have one in the basket whenever there is an election. And that is where we are really objecting, because politics and the rule of government should never go hand in hand. The number one call in every government is a social one. And when a government is actually allowing themselves to make the number one call on them a political one, that's where you have reasons for concern. And I will tell you this, they have gotten majority in the House, and I will tell you what I have realized is that the adage has proven itself to be true, that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I understand you. And therefore, sir, what is the plan of action to prevent this from happening? What is the plans, or what are the plans?
Well, again, power corrupts absolutely. So really and truly, we can't stop it because they have absolute power in both the upper and lower house.
Yes.
What we're trying to do is to provoke the citizens to call on the good conscience of the government to really consider this. And if it is something that they really want to execute, do go about it the right way. Go about it the constitutional way, and to allow the right people, the right decisions, and the right influences to determine how we move more into the 15th parish, if it ought to be so. But right now, they are allowing politics to be the number one influence, and by so doing, they have proposed a boundary that will certainly create a parish that is not sustainable. And Portmore definitely don't want to become the second forgotten parish.
Yes, yes. And if it is in breach of the Constitution, then I imagine that this is a matter that will be taken to the courts too.
Absolutely. The People's National Party is preparing. The debate is going on now in the Senate, and if it should be passed in the Senate, and the minute the Governor General gives assent to the bill, the People's National Party will be heading to the courts to seek an injunction to block it on the constitutional grounds,
yes,
and ask for the court to overturn the legislation.
Yes.
And that aside, in Portmore this Sunday, we'll be having a town hall meeting that the People's National Party. We are mobilizing all the residents of Portmore and St. Catherine to come, because this is the reason why I've taken the opportunity also to be here, because a lot of persons still doesn't understand the implication of this legislation. The boundaries are not properly explained to them, the implications, and what are the requirements for a parish. For example, one key thing is that if a debt is incurred in a parish and it is to be litigated, it must be done in the parish where the debt was incurred. We do have a parish court. So we'll be calling out the residents of Portmore to explain to them and to let them have their voice heard in this town hall meeting at Portmore Art Academy in their auditorium come 5 p.m. this Sunday. So we are calling out the people again. We have done some demonstrations. We have done a demonstration, rather, at Dawkins Drive in Portmore. So we are not finished yet, because we are not going to sit by idly and allow the government, because it has state power, to steamroll the people of Portmore.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes,
yes.
I'm here. Councillors, just on another note, what are some of the main issues in Portmore right now affecting the people? What are some of the main issues?
All right. A couple of the main issues are infrastructure. Yeah. Now, we recognize that Portmore is really the started of a community to live.
Yes.
Now, because of that, there's a lot of housing development taking place. And we only have been receiving commitments and promises from central government to actually improve the road network. We're also having an issue with water.
Okay.
Ever so often, the water is either low pressure or completely absent from the communities. And we are looking at a situation where, if we are to become a parish, currently as the situation is, we are unable to really handle the population as it is now. And I just want to add this point. We are looking to go into a parish status. And we don't have a current census to really guide us as to what are the relevant amenities and how we can move forward into it. Now, there's a lot of misinformation, promises that is taking place. I heard my colleague made mention of the courthouse. They are making reference to the courthouse and making mention of a courthouse that exists in Greater Portmore. But when we say we need a court, we're talking about legislative jurisdiction. We're not talking about the building. And I'm somewhat disappointed by the individuals who know better, trying to misinform the public and trying to misguide them along the wrong path. Yeah. When we say a court, we are making reference to legislative jurisdiction. He gave an example where they're talking about if you incurred a debt in a parish. Now, I'm going to give you even one that is more popular. If you get a ticket from a police, you have to go to the court in the parish to get the ticket.
Yes.
No, if you get a ticket in Portmore, you have to go to St. Catherine.
Yes.
Isn't that so?
Yes, sir.
No, if we're going to become a parish, certainly I don't expect them to believe that what was it again? The model unit that was surrendered to the court system to help them to break the bulk should serve as a parish court. No. And that's not the direction where we're going with it. And I'm somewhat disappointed that this administration, instead of guiding the persons properly, they are really serving them with a lot of promises, misinformation. We talk about the roads. I spoke about the water. I also want to talk to you about lands. No. In order for us to become a sustainable parish, we need to consider a whole heap of lands and how we're going to use them for development purposes.
Yes.
Right now, the lands in Portmore, majority of the government lands are already earmarked for housing development. Mm-hmm. Now, where are we going to put the cemetery? Mm-hmm. Where are we going to put an infirmary?
The market.
Where are we going to create an economic belt? Yes. Because if we are to become a parish, that means certainly we need to create economic opportunities for the persons within our parish. Mm-hmm. And they have now drawn a boundary that really cut off all the possible lands that we could utilize for these to achieve these objectives. And that is why we are completely convinced that the number one reason for this action is a political one.
Gentlemen, I want you to just hold it there for me, please. Let us take a break. This is Rebel Radio. Let us go for a break.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from CoolBiz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
Never gonna tease her. Boom, bang. You don't know it's a rubber dub health tonic wine, the finest wine. So all of the man them wanna tune into the wine here, you know. You say if you don't want to go long and strong, you just tune into rubber dub.
The poultry industry is under pressure. Avian flu is threatening food security with egg shortages and rising prices affecting us all. How does the outbreak of this deadly virus impact farms, food safety, and our daily lives? From the risk to public health to disruptions in poultry production, the situation is urgent. Join us this Friday for Poultry Under Pressure, Avian Flu and its Impact. We'll explore how the disease spreads, its effects on food safety, and the steps being taken to protect poultry and ensure our food supply remains secure. Don't miss it. Tune in for the critical information you need to know. Your food, your safety, and our future are at stake.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies anniversary!
And we're saying thank you to all our valued customers.
With incredible savings all of February.
On bathroom fixtures, kitchen and living room.
But there's lots more.
Massive discounts on all products throughout the store.
Porcelain tiles, doors, windows, paints.
Plus unbeatable prices on top quality new arrivals.
Shop now, don't wait.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road.
Or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware.
Make your pockets skyrocket with Mayberry's Tranche 3 public bond offer. Invest from as little as $20,000 and earn 10.25% interest per annum. Take charge of your financial future and invest with confidence, knowing that your money is bound to return. Use your returns to accomplish financial goals, pay personal expenses, and invest even further. Visit bondberryja.com to view the prospectus and to learn more, or contact your investment advisor today. It's time to make your pockets skyrocket with Mayberry.
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. Yes, and we are talking about Portmore, and we have been joined by Councillor Fenley Douglas. Good evening, good evening, Councillor. I have online your colleagues here, Mr. Benjamin and Mr. Conard. Two of your colleagues are online, Mr. Douglas. But I would want to put this question to you, is that what are your fundamental objections to Portmore becoming a parish? Mr. Douglas? Hello? Mr. Douglas, are you hearing me? Look like if he has left us. Well, gentlemen,
before you went for the break, you asked about the infrastructure.
Right.
And what are the needs up there. And my colleague, Councillor, touched on some of them. But importantly, is the issue of a public hospital for Portmore.
Yes.
From time immemorial, the people of Portmore have always been asking and desiring to have a hospital in Portmore. Sometime last year, the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, said a Portmore is not, a hospital is not priority for Portmore because they are doing significant upgrades to the
Spanish Town Hospital,
KPH, and he even mentioned Maypen Hospital too, because according to him, persons to the St. Catherine close to the border with Clarendon, close to the Maypen Hospital. Now, just yesterday, by some magic, Dr. Tufton and the government have identified land in the Bernard Lodge area because they are trying to push this legislation through to do study for a hospital to be built.
Yes.
For Portmore. And I want to say that they have no intention to build any hospital for Portmore.
Yes.
They are just doing this because they are trying to push through the legislation and try to assuage the people of Portmore.
Yes.
They are also doing an upgrade to the Greater Portmore Clinic. And the argument is that that clinic, when it's upgraded, to be eventually morphed into a hospital for Portmore. So I'm somewhat puzzled now that on the 11th hour, when they are trying to push through a legislation to make Portmore a parish, all of a sudden, voila, we have found land or identified land.
Yes.
And we are doing feasibility studies to see our hospital can be built before for Portmore. Our MP candidate for Southeast St. Catherine, Dr. Alfred Dawes, has posited as our spokesperson for health for the PNP that a hospital is needed in Portmore and should be built in Portmore, and that's the policy of the PNP. So I am saying that this government doesn't have the real interest of the people of Portmore at heart, or else they would have listened to us.
Mm-hmm.
As the chairman of the disaster committee here at the Portmore City Municipality, one of the things that falls under the committee is the whole issue of vector control.
Yes.
My last discussion with the health personnel, the health inspectors, as it concerns carrying out mosquito fogging and vector control in Portmore, is that they don't even have a base in Portmore to launch the vector control team from in terms of mixing their chemical or parking.
Mm-hmm.
So that it even affects their whole activity in carrying out vector control. And I was surprised to learn when I questioned them, is there any facility being put in place at the Greater Portmore Clinic that is being upgraded to facilitate a health department support unit for the vector control? And they said, no building, no facility is being added to the clinic down there. So the government doesn't have this thing here well thought out.
No.
To me, it's like, let us pass it to gain the political advantage, and then we'll figure it as we go by.
Okay.
And that doesn't tell me that the interests of the people are attacked.
Understood.
It's their political interest.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me try and get back. See if I can get back. Councillor Douglas. Just a second, please. Let me try to get back. Councillor Finley Douglas. Yes. Yes. So we are talking about Portmore, and are trying to get another voice in on it. Councillor Douglas? Yes, Councillor Douglas.
You're trying to reach. At the tone, please record.
Okay. Yes, I'm not getting through to him. So, gentlemen, as we speak now, as you indicated, a town hall meeting will be held on Sunday, and I can well imagine that the political representatives in Portmore are preparing themselves to mobilize to challenge this action, because from all indications, the government is going ahead with its plan, so it will have to be challenged. And that is the position of the PNP. Am I right?
Yes, the position of the PNP is really try to let good sense prevail, and for the government, in its consideration of all things, is to really put the people's first and not their self and party interest.
Yes. Okay. Well, we at Rebel Radio, we will be keeping this situation under watch, and I'm sure that we are going to talk again. So I want to thank both of you for taking time out to be with us today, and let us say to be continued. Thank you.
All right, thank you for having me, and time come for real representation in government.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Yes, that was, as we were, I said, talking about Portmore, and we were talking there to Councillor Conrad, Councillor Benjamin, yes, and Councillor Renier Benjamin and Councillor Kennard Grant, yes. And well, from all indications, it would appear as if this matter is going to end up in court, because the the government is clear that it is going ahead with its plans to make Portmore into a parish. And you heard from the two councillors there what the situation is like. Yes, the community lacks a number of amenities that are necessary for parish status. Yes, and it is interesting to see what what the government does, because you heard Councillor Benjamin telling us that the Minister of Health didn't have a plan for an hospital, but I heard the Minister of Health saying that they have identified land in Bernard Lodge now for an hospital. And I also note a report from that the Electoral Commission of Jamaica wrote to Parliament earlier this month advising that the proposed Portmore parish boundary may negatively affect a provision of the Constitution. Yes, you heard the councillor saying that it was in breach of the Constitution. The report said the proposed Portmore parish boundaries may negatively affect the boundaries of a constituency as stated in the second schedule of the Jamaica Constitution Order in Council 1962. Stated the letter signed by Earl Jarrett, chairman of the ECJ and the country's elections authority. Yes, Jarrett cited a section which states the boundary of a constituency shall not cross the boundary of a parish as delimited by the Counties and Parishes Act or by any law amending or replacing that law. So there is something there that well, you heard the councillors saying that they intend to take this matter to court. Yes, and you can see the reasons here that this matter is in breach of the Constitution, and the Electoral Commission has indicated to the government that if they go ahead, then they might be in breach of the rules of the law, and therefore one wonders what if the government is going to go ahead with its plans regardless of, being warned that they might be in breach of the Constitution. Well, let us see what happens from here. But what
your message?
What we believe that this matter might end up in court. Let us take a break. This is Rebel Radio.
your light so I could see. Even when I was down on my knees, you set me free. Lord, you bring my shield from my enemies. In your loving home, that's where I got to be. To stay within your grace for the rest of my day. Lord, I'm ready for your calling. I know you will let me when I'm falling. With all the obstacles that's in my way, you move them all away. Lord, I'm ready for your calling. I know you will let me when I'm falling. With all the obstacles that's in my way, oh gosh, you move them all away. Lord, I turn to you when I'm in need. Your love is just like the air I breathe. Heavenly Father, you're truly a friend indeed. There is so much that I got to say. I could go on about you every day. Your name I will always praise for the rest of my days. Rest of my days. Rest of my days. Heavenly Father, yeah. Lord, I'm ready for your calling. I know you will let me when I'm falling. With all the obstacles that's in my way, you move them all away. Lord, I'm ready for your calling. I know you will let me when I'm falling. With all the obstacles that's in my way, you move them all away. Your grace is all that carries me. Through the dark you shine your light so I could see. Even when I was down on my knees, you set me free there. Lord, you bring my shield from my enemies. In your loving home, that's where I got to be. To stay within your grace for the rest of my day. Lord, I'm ready for your calling. I know you will let me when I'm falling. With all the obstacles that's in my way, you move them all away. Lord, I'm ready for your calling. I know you will let me when I'm falling. With all the obstacles that's in my way, you move them all away. What is to be will be. Come me just a come. Come me just a come. I mean no one no botheration. Come me just a come. Come me just a come. I mean no one no botheration. Come me just a come. Me said that come me just a come. No one no botheration. Come me just a come. Come me just a come. I mean.
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. Yes, and we are going to talk now about police killings. This is a very topical issue now, and one that is of concern to many Jamaicans. The Jamaicans for Justice, you know, as being out there. One of the things is that today is the last day of February, and we know that there are over 50 police killings since the start of the year. I have with me public commentator, you know, Jerry Small, and we are going to be talking about this. Good morning, Jerry. Good afternoon, rather, Jerry.
How are you doing? How are you doing? You hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you very loud and clear. So, Jerry, we have been around a long time, and one of the things that we know is that police killings is not the answer to solving crime at all. But what
Police killings of who?
police killings of civilians?
Yes, citizens.
Yes.
Some of the people are citizens, some are visitors,
Yes.
but they are all, I just say civilians, yeah.
Yes.
Not all of them are citizens of Jamaica, but human beings. Police killings of other human beings.
Yes.
Is it police killings of so-called criminals alone?
Well, the police say that those who have been killed so far were gunmen who attacked them. That is what the police is insisting.
I really ask if it is killing of criminals alone.
Well,
different from gunmen, criminals.
No, what I am saying to you is that the police.
No, it's something I'm trying to demonstrate. What is the difference between criminal and gunmen?
I don't know. Criminals are.
All right, I can help you. Criminals are people who it has been demonstrated are carriers out of crime, not just somebody who commits a crime like somebody. It is a crime to violate the traffic code. It is a crime to beat your wife. But I don't think we generally classify a wife beat as a criminal unless it is a habitual thing. But criminal is people of criminal nature, really, isn't it? Especially after it has been adjudicated or proven in a court. In a court, yes. That is intentional thing. Yes. Therefore, gunmen now is a description. What is a gunman or a gunwoman?
Well, must be someone who is carrying an illegal gun.
All right. How do we, when police describe somebody as a gunman, if it is true?
Those are the questions that we need.
Yes, and in at least part of the cases of killing by police, people dispute strongly that the person had a weapon in their hand or ever had one. So anyway, it is a killing largely of civilians, as you say. All right, go ahead, please, sir.
Yes.
Right, man. You go on spell out the discussion. So I don't want me alone talking.
No. What I'm saying is that one of the things that has happened in Jamaica over the years, the number of gunmen killed by police over the years, if that was the answer to our crime problem in Jamaica, we would have solved it already, because the police have killed thousands of gunmen over the years. Thousands. And one of the things that we are not saying, and no reasonable Jamaican is saying, that the police is going to surrender when they are attacked by gunmen. No. If you take up arms against the state, your life is at risk. But we want...
No, not just to take up arms. If you carry out the use of arms, because if you take up arms, that don't mean you're carrying out the use of them. Because, if you take up arms and use them, of course, you have to expect that you will put down with adequate force.
Yes. So what we are saying, we want the police, our policemen, to be in a position to provide us with authentic evidence, and that is why we are calling for the police to be harmed, or the police to be issued with body cams.
Yes, as a part of their armament.
Yes.
In other words, a body cam, just like our helmet, is a part of your armament to prevent you being subject to head lick, and a bulletproof vest is a help to help you be easily killed in the chest by a chest lick. So it is, body camera is also a protection. It's a part of your armament. Okay.
Yes.
So I will demand that, and cooperate with this long-standing demand.
What that, I didn't get that question, Jerry. What it was? What did it?
So has any government, whether PNP or JLP, submitted to this request, long-standing request by the citizen?
No, we have not. No, we don't have that. No.
All right, now from January now to February, 61 days. No, 59 days.
Yes.
An equal number, one a day. And you know, in the police force, to be branded as one a day unit is a proper label. Anyway, go ahead.
What you brand them, one a day?
No, it's a very long measure that the benchmark is one a day, but they must be proud.
Well, boy, it's something that what we need some serious action to be taken. So that
by who?
But the government is responsible.
No, the government is managing the police force. Do we expect them to take this action?
We expect them to do things to protect the citizens of the country.
Is there expectation based on realistic hopes?
Jerry, I am repeating myself. I said we expect the government to take action.
I don't know of any realistic hope like that. Because like pregnancy is not accidental. It can be careless, but not accidental. It's either caused by accident or by rape, but pregnancy itself is not accidental.
Yeah.
So it is that expecting that the government will do this, if we know that they have no record of doing this or intending to do it, it's not realistic to hope for it unless we are preschoolers, because children going to school up and up know what it is with that. Now, police force, the government is not our government. You hear that?
I'm listening to you, man. You go ahead.
Yeah, the government is not our government. The so-called Dr. Holness is not our prime minister, and the police force is not our police force. The police force was formed in 1867. You remember?
Yes, I remember that.
And why was it formed 2 years after 1865?
To protect the planters.
To protect the landowners and the owners of property. Yeah. From who?
Well, from the people.
From the civilians, from the people of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to jump 105 years. From 1865 to 1970. That was when the benchmark, it wasn't the first one.
Yeah, Jerry, I want you to hold it there. We are going to take a break. Just hold your thoughts on me. This is Rebel Radio. Let us take a break.
Service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
When me drink and please her, never gonna tease her. Boom, bang. You don't know, so Rubber Dub Health Tonic Wine, the finest wine. So all of the man them wanna tune into the wine here, you know. You say if you don't want to go long and strong, you just tune into Rubber Dub.
The poultry industry is under pressure. Avian flu is threatening food security, with egg shortages and rising prices affecting us all. How does the outbreak of this deadly virus impact farms, food safety, and our daily lives? From the risk to public health to disruptions in poultry production, The situation is urgent. Join us this Friday for Poultry Under Pressure, Avian Flu and its Impact. We'll explore how the disease spreads, its effects on food safety, and the steps being taken to protect poultry and ensure our food supply remains secure. Don't miss it. Tune in for the critical information you need to know. Your food, your safety, and our future are at stake.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies Anniversary!
And we're saying thank you to all our valued customers.
With incredible savings all of February.
On bathroom fixtures, kitchen and living room.
But there's lots more.
Massive discounts on all products throughout the store.
Porcelain tiles, doors, windows, paints.
Plus unbeatable prices on top quality new arrivals.
Shop now, don't wait.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road.
Or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware.
Make your pockets skyrocket with Mayberry's Tranche 3 public bond offer. Invest from as little as $20,000 and earn 10.25% interest per annum. Take charge of your financial future and invest with confidence, knowing that your money is bound to return. Use your returns to accomplish financial goals, pay personal expenses, and invest even further. Visit bondberryja.com to view the prospectus and to learn more, or contact your investment advisor today. It's time to make your pockets skyrocket with Mayberry.
Okay, yes, welcome back. We are talking to public commentator Jerry Small about police killings. Yes, Jerry, before we took the break, you were making a point. Continue. You're breaking up now. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm losing you now, Jerry. Jerry. Yes, we have lost Jerry Small there. I don't know why. I know that he's out in the rural area, and apparently we have lost him. Let me try and get him back. We are talking about police killings, and this is a very serious matter, very serious. And Jerry?
Please leave a message after.
Yes, we have lost him there. Apparently he has gone into an area that the service is not available. And that is the situation, with the phone system in Jamaica. But as I said, this matter, of police killing is a very serious one, and one that we'll have to get some action on. We want our policemen to be in a position to defend themselves. The police cannot show arms in air when attacked by gunmen. No. We don't. Hello, Jerry?
You hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now, Jerry. Yes, continue. Yes.
We were fast forwarding 105 years.
Yes.
After mentioning the formation of the police force in 1867. You hear me? 2 years after which event?
Morant Bay Rebellion.
Yes, and the police force was formed to do what?
To protect the landowners.
To protect the landowners and the rich people. Now,
yes.
Fast forward 105 years to 1970 from 1865.
Yes.
There was extrajudicial killing by the police before that of single individuals or maybe a couple. But in 1970 January, the police planned and carried out the execution of 5 people at one time within 30 minutes at one location. You hear me?
Yes.
That was in Pembroke Hall, Angle or Angel C Avenue, the premises and residence of Herman Woody King, the son of the mayor of Kingston, Iris King. Hear that?
Yes.
Do you have any remember about that?
Yes, I'm trying to remember that, Jerry. I'm trying to.
Yes. No, that was 1970 January, 2.5 years after Shearer became the Prime Minister of Jamaica, succeeding Donald Sangster.
Yes.
And one of the earliest announcements by Shearer, because Shearer was an easygoing guy, remember him?
Yes, I remember that.
A very likable, easygoing guy, gallus, love woman, love party, and love big car, and love friendly person.
Yes.
When he became Prime Minister, the rest of the JLP leadership was very tough. You remember the leadership at that time?
Yes.
Siaga. And Tavares.
Yes.
And some very tough characters. They built the garrison, the modern garrison in Jamaica. After Bustamante built the earlier garrison, they built the modern garrison, a housing garrison. But they took Shearer as being soft, but they needed him to get them more likable because people of Jamaica did not like them very much. And they put Shearer there to win over the people of Jamaica. And Shearer had to pose now as if he was a tough man. And very early in his regime, he addressed the police federation after being sworn in April 67. He addressed the police federation in a couple months and said, "I am a no-nonsense Prime Minister." You hear that?
Yes.
And he said, what I mean by this, I am not here to recite any beatitudes to the police. Most famous piece of literature in history.
No.
The beatitudes,
yes,
which come after the word beautiful and good, is the description of the Jesus the Christ, telling him disciples how they must behave nice and clean. He says not here to be reciting it nice and clean preaching to the police.
Yes.
He's not here to say the beatitude is this: blessed are the meek, and blessed are the poor, and blessed are when men persecute you and revile you and say all manner of evil against you for my name's sake, because it will be great in heaven with you. And blessed are the peacemakers. Remember that? That's the beatitude. You understand?
Yes.
So Shearer made his mark by saying, I am a no-nonsense Prime Minister. I am not here to tell you to pet up no people. The next word he said was, don't measure the distance between you and a criminal before you set them alight.
Yes.
You remember those words even though you were a young man?
Yes. Shoot first.
Yes, he said.
Shoot first and ask questions after.
Yes, you remember now.
Yes.
Because this was the days before Jamaican for Justice, but it was a human rights organization who was saying police are killing people, shooting at people from 200 yards and don't even sure them have a gun.
Yes.
They must wait up until they reach until they are within range of the people to do danger to them before them shoot them. And they must find out what's happening before them shoot them. Don't do it from 200 yards. So Shearer is countering the public of Jamaica and the human rights saying, don't make the distance between you and a criminal. Now, when you say criminal, what do you mean?
Men who well, I don't. To be honest, I don't.
Let me help you.
Yes.
When him say criminal in 1970, like what Horace Chang and Cole is saying in 2025, 55 years later, anybody who is a threat to the regime, not to the government, to the regime, you understand?
Yes.
So he said, don't measure the distance between you and a criminal before they set them alight. Shoot first and ask question later. Find out if them a criminal later.
Yes.
I'll find out if them did have a gun on them later.
Yes.
I'll find out if them was hostile later. And him say, man, and the place exploded in 1967 because they know that the social unrest was built up against the JLP government.
Yes.
And it was opened in 1968. So later on in the year, at the Christmas tree lighting, this is December now after July now, the lighting of Christmas tree in his own constituency, in Clarendon, in Lionel Town, he repeated the same speech now to the general public of Jamaica in Christmas time. Before lighting the tree, him said, don't measure the distance between you and a criminal before you set them alight, like almost not going to measure the distance between him and the Christmas tree light in Lionel Town before him click on the switch.
Yes.
So him the no-nonsense Prime Minister, they set that case now, and they sent some police to Herman King Yard in Pembroke Hall because they know that some wanted man was taking refuge there. Now Herman King was taken hostage in his own house by some wanted man. And yet they decided to go there and kill all of the wanted man and Herman King and anybody else there.
Yes.
I escaped by the skin of my teeth.
Yes.
And Alan Cole also. Because they expected us to be there, and it was reported that we were there and that we dead too.
Wow.
And why did this happen? Because previously some men got hurt that we know from school days. And I went and carried some medical attention for the one who got hurt. And they went to that place afterwards and found some of my books. And they published it in the paper that we were training these criminals to be guerrillas because they find some books about the history of the Mau and the camps in my name.
Yes.
So when by the time the man them run out of Warwick Hill and go with the King Yard, and some of them, one of them get shot again, and send and ask me if I can come and help him again. And when I visit there the day before, I warned him that what? I got medical help not to treat criminals, but to help innocent people when they need medical help, and I am not coming back here with no doctor. Under this circumstance, I was locked up in the house for 2 days when the man tried to force me to go for medical attention and come back. And finally, after 2 days, I just get up suddenly and go to the door after them lock it. I walk out there. They never tried to stop me. But they say, you're coming back here tomorrow to look after the doctor, right? I never answered them, but I was expected back. And the police here that I'm coming back. And they moved upon that place in January the 20th, I believe. 1970, you can go look at the star and again now.
Yes.
Now, from that time when them killed the 5 man there, they started using that method right and left. They lose the election as a result of that. 5 years later, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, man.
Before the 5 years later, in January or February 1972, a few days before the election, 5 men go and rob a bank in Discovery Bay.
Yes, I remember that robbery too.
When them go rob the bank, them grab 3 of the bank worker as hostage. And when them coming out to the bank, here comes into the bank Father Judah, a well-known father priest. And them hold him hostage and try to get him into the car. But he was very fat. Anybody can tell about Father Judah. He was very fat. And them couldn't get him into the car. So they had to push him out of the car and go over the 3 bank worker and them driving back to Kingston now. And the car not big enough or fast enough. It was a Triumph 2000. And on Mount Rasta, them book up a woman in a big car, mega-sized car, but a big car by to the standard of Falcon. And them hijack the lady, take the car from her, keep her in the car, make 5 hostage. Make 5 hostage or 4. 3 bank workers and she make 4 hostage.
4.
One of the bank workers was pregnant, that is 5 people, or the babies in her belly. And they are making their way back to Kingston. The bypass, the Linstead bypass had just been built, you hear me?
Yes.
It had been built from 1967, but them man as town man don't know about the bypass, because enough people never know about the bypass till years later. Yeah. Like how the Spanish Town. The road passing Spanish Town and going to Old Harbour Road. It's not a road in Spanish Town, it's a road outside Spanish Town, you know.
Yes.
It's a bypass, but by then time, you know, it is being so heavily used and violated by having entrance onto it when they're not supposed to have an entrance. They couldn't even call it a bypass. So 5 years after the Linstead bypass, them and their town man don't know a bypass out there. Drive through the middle of Linstead and get into a trap. Mm-hmm. Now, Edward Siaga, the Minister of Finance in charge of bank, phoned the Barclays headquarters in Barbados, the headquarters for the region. Phoned Barclays and said there's a state of bank robbery here from 1967, and now it's 5 years later, but for the first time, we are in the position to corner the robbers before them reach to them home. You hear me, Desmond?
Yes, I'm hearing you very clearly.
And he said to the Barclays Bank management, which is the white people from England living in Barbados, we are requesting the permission from you that seeing that your employee is in the car, to open fire upon the car, and you will support us. And Barclays Bank gave me the go ahead. And when they went into Linstead, being aware from Discovery Bay of the route to Kingston, being aware that they're on the way to Kingston, and I realizing that them and them drive through the town and not the bypass. They are waiting for them in the middle of Linstead by the 100. They send out a woman police, a long wheelbase Land Rover. You know, long wheelbase Land Rover?
Yes, I know that.
The long one there, man.
Yes.
Well, station wagon, longer station wagon.
Yes.
And she drive out to the entrance of Linstead there. Out by where reaching almost up to the U-turn where the train line cross the road.
Yes.
And when she drive out there, she see the car come with the whole man in it, and she knows the car. She turn around the Jeep and drive around behind them and pass them. Them not realize she passed them and gone back in Linstead now. Notify the police them come. And when she reached a sufficient distance near to the roadblock, she turned the long wheelbase Jeep cross the road. They unblock the car.
Yes.
The white woman from Water, I still remember her name, jump out of the car she was driving, and present a man, she jump out of the car and crawl underneath the car, cross the road over to the sidewalk where people crowd up, and escape.
Yes.
The 4 bank worker in the car, the 3 bank worker and the baby in the car, with the 5 man, and the police open fire and kill 10 of them.
Yes.
Include the baby.
Whoa.
And see, I got stand up and swear, say we are going, this is how we're going to fight them. And the bank worker and the baby is collateral damage. You ever hear the word collateral damage since that?
Yes, of course.
When did you hear it?
Many times, man. Many times.
We heard it in May 2010.
Before that.
Actively, and at the Manat inquiry.
Yes.
These hundreds of people were dead at Tivoli. It's sad to know, and it's sad to know that what the Minister of Finance, we got him name again?
The Minister of Finance of where?
We're going of IML.
Dr. Clark.
And it's also sad to know that Dr. Clark uncle just get killed up in a Red Hills there with him hand above him in him one house in front of his wife and his daughter. Just sad to know about these things is collateral damage.
Mm-hmm.
So from 1970, GLP, 1972, before them lose the election, GLP again, and 1920-10 GLP. But the PNP do them own part of the police killing, you know.
Yes.
Do you remember Green Bay?
Yes, I remember Green Bay killing.
Who was that carried out by?
It was the PNP in power.
The PNP government, they're not in power, they are in authority. None of them is in power. They are not in power, they are in authority.
Yes.
A little brief authority. Authority is when a large group of people authorize a smaller group of people from one up to carry out work in the name and in the interest of the larger group of people. Authority.
Mm-hmm.
They are in authority by the approval of the Jamaican people. They are not rulers of the Jamaican people.
No, they are not.
Government, modern government is a service, not a rulership.
Yeah.
A modern police force is a service,
yes,
not a force.
Yes.
And they are a service like the medical service, the educational service, the civil service, the public service, and the fire service.
Yes.
And they're supposed to serve the population.
Yes.
But it's a police force we have here intentionally, and neither the GLP or the PNP have an intention of demanding that. In 1978, the PNP under Michael Manley organized to execute dozens of men from Southside and frame them so them working with the GLP. So you understand it?
Yes.
And they were guided in that from a professor at the university who planned the whole thing, M.G. Smith, one of the most respected citizens in the history of Jamaica. They were guided in this to frame the opposition to GLP, so they plan to overthrow the government of Jamaica by rounding up some innocent, when I say innocent, I don't mean them never do nothing bad from them bad. I don't mean them never going to do nothing bad in the future. I mean they are innocent as charged. Yes. Because you are either guilty as charged or innocent as charged.
Yes.
It's not only guilty as charged, you have, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You have innocent as charged. And them round up and plan to carry the man from South to execute them at Green Bay. And the government of Jamaica, the same police force was so rotten as me so corrupted. It is the police force that carry out that framing, you know. Yes, the police force.
Come,
from that.
No, you move your direction a while ago. I lose you.
I said, you heard me good now?
Yes, I'm hearing you better now.
But as the police force was from that time, in 1978, January the 6th, the 5th, the government was warned and guided from before, Michael Manley. Said, don't use the police because bad as them is, them not reach that bad. Let us use the military. So the military proceed to be corrupted now more than the police. So and what was the purpose of this framing? The PNP government was enjoying a good regime and likely to win the next election. You hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, man.
Because they've just been a second term, 1976, after the GLP sent man go to try kill Bob Marley.
Yes.
So by 1.5 years later now, them is out to get a third term because this professor at the university who is a political expert. Tell them say you cannot transform Jamaica into a good society, a social society in 10 years. You need 15 years. Therefore, you need a third term. So therefore, the 2 term will you get where every party always get from 1944. Not going to transform Jamaica into socialist. You need a third term, but in Jamaica, people always change after the second term. So the next election that's supposed to come up in 1981, the only way to win it and the only way to take back control of the PNP from Tony Spalding, because there's Tony Spalding was controlling the army of the PNP at that time, having the biggest garrison. We're bigger now than Tivoli. You hear me?
Yes.
Well, Michael Manley was advised now, say, Tony Spalding is taking control of the party, and him practically in control of the party. More time Tony Spalding cut Michael Manley to him place. And all them things, they call him Red Boy and all them things, but you don't know about that.
No.
But it was well known in the party. And the professor at the university tell Michael the reason why Tony Spalding take control because I'm of the biggest garrison and the biggest army. And you now have to build a bigger garrison, but Central Kingston don't have no big garrison. The only garrison in Central Kingston up to that time was McIntyre Villa, otherwise known as what? Otherwise known as what?
I don't remember that.
Done the church, finish the church, Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
And it's not big enough for you to control the PNP, because it can't match concrete jungle. So you have to build a purpose-built garrison inside of your constituency before the 1981 election. So what you have to do now, you have to go south of South Camp Road, to the bottom part of South Camp Road, and them land and tenement over there. You have to clear them out and build some high-rise buildings bigger than concrete jungle and bigger than Tivoli. Well, when them start the construction in 1977, some man in